I the heathen? This is actually kind of sad. For wanting to leave my husband because he wishes to move in with his mother with dementia. I've been married for 8 years and my husband and I are in our late 20s. His mother had him late in life. She is currently 68 and has been showing signs of dementia for the last 2 years, and she was recently officially diagnosed. My mother-in-law does not have much to her name, and both my husband and I do very well for ourselves. My husband wishes to have his mother move in with us, and I am against it. While harsh, I did not sign up to share a room with either of our parents. I have no desire to become a caregiver, and I want to have children someday. Raising a child while living with someone with dementia sounds like... I do truly love my husband, but the truth is I know him. If we replace his mother, he'll be so focused on her that I will become an afterthought. I know this makes me sound petty and jealous, but I cannot keep up with his mother. His focus will be on her, and rightfully so. Over the past year, I've joined support groups and read forums regarding this topic, and to be honest, it looks like it hardly works out. My parents understandably thought I was being unreasonable, stating I made a vow to be with him. My friends understand, and my husband is simply devastated. Nothing is official. I just brought the idea up. My husband was pleading with me, telling me we should be different from others, but a part of me just did not see it. I do not want to put my life on hold. She is healthy outside of dementia. She has no other health issues, which means she can easily live another 20 years. My husband will never put her in a nursing home, and if he did it, it would be a private pay, so that is a major financial commitment. I'm torn. I love this man. I know he loves me, but at the same time, he loves his mother. He will wear himself out, trying to love us both equally. It is just not possible for him. My brother told me he was disappointed in me and questioned if I would do the same with our parents. I think I would. You only get one life. My family and my husband's feelings are making me question and second guess what I want. Lay it on heavy. Is she the heathen?
Yes.
Ooh, T. Why?
I think I come from a very different cultural background. My mum's Papua New Guinean. She grew up in a place where you stay with your family your whole life.
Absolutely.
You live in this community.
Yeah.
Your parents, you live with them pretty much your whole life. You have a family just outside. You live next door. When they get old, it's not even a question.
No.
Yeah.
They're just with you.
Yeah.
Like, and anyone in the family will take on that responsibility willingly.
Mm-hmm.
They will look after your grandchildren. They will, it's just a cult, like a community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This makes me so sad.
Yeah, that someone would be willing to leave a marriage.
I literally think I'm going to cry.
Someone's struggling. That
Yeah,
sucks.
that is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very much like, look, when it's time to put my dad in a home, I'm not doing it. He's coming in with me, and my husband's either going to have to deal with that, or look, you can get help when they live with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can hire someone to come and be the carer.
Yes.
This isn't going to affect your relationship.
No. And it shouldn't have to.
It shouldn't have to.
Because, as you said, just as you said, there are so many other outside resources that you can hire to help you care for the person that you have to, that you should be caring for.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I agree. She's the heathen.
And it's hard. Like, that is going to be hard. Like, for a parent with dementia, that is going to be hard. But there's so much out. And I'm sure that there's family support that can help and be there. She's just going to have to deal with it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You don't walk away from a marriage.
No.
Yeah.
Because of, their loved one is going through something. That sucks.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me because this demonstrates fantastic moral character on the part of the husband.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was
Like,
pleading.
he's sacrificing his life, ready to give it up for the sake of his mum.
Yeah. Man, I'll marry him.
And that's a fantastic part of like honoring your father and mother.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, that is exemplary character. I understand her concerns about it. She's reached out. She's studied this 100%. But like, does the mother have to be in the same house? Or maybe can she be in a granny flat? Like you said, maybe there can be support. Maybe a younger person lives with the grandmother to be able to care for them in exchange for like free rent or something like that. Like there are other options rather than just divorcing your husband and leaving it all behind.
That sucks because like she's not only abandoning a marriage, she's also leaving her husband alone to care for his mother on his own.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and like as she said in the post there's nothing wrong with the mother physically. She could go on another 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, is she really that much of a burden right now that you have to leave him right now?
Does it say like it's onset dementia? Like, does it say like
is it just an early diagnosis?
Is it early diagnosis? Like
early diagnosis.
Yeah, well then
so
she's
she may not
probably
even
fine.
be that bad.
Yeah.
So she's just like blowing up her whole life for something that's it's not even that bad.
And I guarantee that this poor mother actually would feel terrible. Like she
Yeah.
would,
Could you
she would
imagine?
still take
She
this
knew.
on. Like if
Yeah.
her sons relationship ended because of her,
Yeah.
she would blame herself, and
She would
she would probably die sooner
Yeah.
because
The guilt.
for
the guilt of that.
Like
Um,
this is, oh my word.
A few different perspectives as well. Sundowning is terrible and patients can become violent. This is
Yeah.
not a good environment to raise kids in, especially small kids. My grandmother had dementia and sundowned terribly. My aunt's kids were older, but they still suffered. They heard her screaming, calling my aunt names, telling police who were called to the house that she was abusing her and was a prostitute. I've already told my daughter if I got dementia and didn't take myself out before I got too bad, put me in a home.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, my background is nursing.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of caring. A lot of my work was in aged care facilities where there were like high care sections where I'd be working with dementia patients. And honestly, yeah, it was intense.
Yeah,
and it was also
is.
really, really heartbreaking to see, as soon as I go in a home, the family
never
either
comes again.
they never come,
Yeah.
or they're just
Yeah.
not cared for properly,
Yeah.
or they don't know who you are, or whatever it is. It's heartbreaking to see like a person that has a family that loves them, watching them deteriorate like that. It's awful.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, it was also the funnest part of my job. It truly was.
Really?
Because like in their moments of lucidity, or even like you just play along with them.
Oh, they're so
Yeah.
fun.
They're the funnest people.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like it's the cruel irony of something so horrific and so it's so terribly sad to watch somebody go through.
Yeah.
To then be able to have a bit of a playful time with them.
Yeah.
Like if they
Yeah.
like, oh gosh, I remember one time we had a gentleman in on respite care.
Yeah.
His wife was going away on holidays and she couldn't care for him, obviously. So
Right.
he brought him into the hospital, and we were caring for him. And he was the cutest old man. No idea what was going on, bless him. But he had this little washcloth, and
Yeah.
like, he'd be carrying it around like his baby. And there was a time where it fell off the bed, and he was like, "Oh, Jack." Fell off the bed, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's a cool look," and you just play along with it, and then he'd be like, "It's not a very good looking baby," and I'm like, "It's a washcloth." But it was the best, and I'm like, so that's why I think if someone in my life that were to be diagnosed like that, how could you?
Yeah.
Because you love them. Yeah, it's sad watching them, deteriorate and become a person that doesn't know you anymore. And it is horribly sad. I've seen it happen so many times.
Yeah.
But to walk away from a marriage because of that,
I know.
can't.
There's going to be
Not-
another option.
Yeah.
not when there's still so much of that person's life to live.
Oh, definitely. I grew up in a retirement village. Like my
Yeah.
mum worked there from the age of when I was
Yeah.
7 until I was 15.
Yeah.
So I would go to the retirement village all the time and hang out on holidays
Yeah.
and after school, and just like
Mm.
how much joy these like old people still have.
They're
and
the cutest
and
people.
like
Yeah.
dementia, it's like it comes and goes. Like
Yeah.
they'll come back and
Yeah.
like sometimes the nicest little old people would talk to me, think I'm someone else, and just give
Yeah.
me candy, like give me lollies.
Yeah.
And I was like, thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
Like,
They're the funnest
and they're
people.
just so sweet. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, people's how they feel about this Western culture, how they feel about old people, just chuck them in a retirement village. It
yeah.
actually breaks my heart.
It's
and
awful.
I don't like it. I
No.
just don't like it
Yeah.
at all.
Neither
Yeah.
do I.
No.
She's
agree.
the heathen.
Tough times.
I'll look after the mum. I'm sure she's great.
So wait,
Well,
what are the other comments? So people
Most people are actually supportive of her.
what?
Dementia is
Yeah,
on
this culture
earth
I
for
tell
the
you.
patient and the caregivers. Anyone calling you a heathen hasn't dealt with the full hellscape that is dementia. I seriously doubt that any of the people here calling you a heathen have the slightest clue of what it's like caring for someone with dementia.
Or maybe they have.
Yeah, moving into a marital home should be 2 yes votes or they don't move in. You want it, so he needs to figure out what to do with her. You need to think of how much your family income will go to support her and not your kids. There
Okay,
are
that person's a heathen as well.
Yeah. I see another problem here. It's often the wife who becomes the real caregiver, so I wouldn't want that either. Dementia means that there is a person who will forget who you are and get aggressive. This can be dangerous too. It can be extremely hurtful for your husband. There are so many reasons why this is a terrible idea, especially when both work and both husband and you want to have children, but sometimes you should let people do the work to know what they are doing.
I
Yeah.
wonder, though, I am curious. I mean, if it was my mother-in-law,
Yeah.
and I loved her,
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder what her relationship is like with the mother-in-law.
That's also true.
That it would be, she's going to be living with us.
Yeah,
That's
because
a good point,
The
actually.
attitude early in this, I was like,
Because, like, if
brutal.
it was
Yeah.
someone that you love,
yeah,
you would go, okay, this is going to be hard to care for them when
Yeah.
they get to this late stage.
yeah.
But if you love them, why would you end a relationship like that?
But she said the same about her own parents. Like her brother was like, would you do this for mum and dad? She's like, yeah, I probably would. I would
Yeah.
probably put them in a home.
yeah,
So she obviously just,
No way. I would never.
yeah. I
Sorry.
couldn't bring myself to do it. I've
No.
seen too many videos of like
agreed.
what happens.
100%.
Vision 180.
Live different.
Different.